Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome back to this video. So I was actually waiting for Clash Front to drop to do a first look video, but apparently this teaser for the next character came before that, and it's none other than Tasi. So Tasi is one of the most hyped character from the AFK Arena lore, at least based on my viewers comment section. A lot of people actually want me to talk about her and discuss how viable she is, or how viable she's gonna be in the AFK journey side. So in today's video, since we know she's coming, she's also revealed in the story, we have a clear backstory of this character. We're gonna talk about how she might look like in the AFK journey and how she might actually change out the meta itself. Okay, so without further ado, let's run through her kit from AFK Arena. So Tasi is an intelligence based support from the Wilders faction who disables her opponent with various interrupting crowd control. So fits into the CC team of Wilders a lot. Like, there's just a whole bunch of control units that are really amazing right now. So Tasi adding to that pool is going to make the whole control team from Wilders even stronger. So she's able to temporarily banish an enemy, steal their attack, and buff her own damage output. She can also heal her own allies and buff their haste as well. And her ultimate ability Slumber briefly makes all enemies fall asleep and deal damage to them once they wake up. Okay. So Wilders support control seems about right, fits into that Wilders team a lot now, at least based on the current meta. So now looking at her skills over here, Slumber is the ultimate. Dream Spirit summons a magical fairy which lasts for 10 seconds and periodically attack enemies or heal teammates. So it's a heal and damage dealing skill. Banishment banishes the enemy target with the highest attack rating for 3 seconds. While in a banished state, the enemy cannot attack or be attacked. Isn't this confining spell? Whoa, confining spell for 4 seconds. Okay, teleportation after suffering damage. Tasi extricates herself from any control abilities that are afflicting her and teleports behind a random enemy target. While teleporting, Tasi is unable to be attacked. After teleporting, Tasi increases her nearby ally haste and attack any nearby enemies, dealing 140% damage to them. So this has a cooldown of 6 seconds. Okay, so I guess these are her main 4 abilities, right? Slumber, Dream Spirit, Banishment, and Teleportation. Let's see whether there's anything new. So increase in levels, increase the numbers, obviously. Okay, so Engraving improves the ability for Banishment and Teleportation. So let's take a look at the other stuff. Skill Diminish. I guess this is her signature skill, right? Reduces attack rating of nearby enemies by 10% after she uses her teleportation ability. Okay. Then this is a furniture set. So this is from AFK Arena. Okay. So that's pretty much it with regards to her kit. So it seems like she could be really broken if we just bring everything over to the journey side. Like one AoE ultimate that puts everyone to sleep and then deal damage to them. And on top of that, you have a 4-second confining spell and also a self-protection ability in the form of teleportation for repositioning. This will be cool though. This teleportation, if they really bring it to AFK journey, I can see it being really broken. Because right now, I think a lot of the journey characters, once they are locked into a specific position, they usually don't move due to their attack range. And if, for example, you have the Mauler faction talent that rushes your team straight in the face itself, most of these Wilders character will just melt to those kind of stuff. But what Tasi can do is, if Maulers teleport in with a fractional talent and she suffers damage from the Maulers AoE skill, or even just the Maulers directly, she will be able to teleport to safety to actually keep her survival there. So that's one thing which I think is going to be really unique if they do bring it to AFK journey. And I think Banishment is just a crazy good skill, because in AFK journey there's usually like some sort of priority targeting. So if now the Banishment targets the highest attack unit, oh, it's 4v5, in fact 3.5v5, because like that carry is probably gonna be the most impactful characters from the enemy's end. So if you're running like a single carry team, this skill just shuts it down. Incredible. Just this skill alone, I think Banishment could easily be the ultimate, to be honest. Although Slumber is OP as well, just everybody falls to sleep for 4 seconds is insane. So her kit is a lot of control. I think more control than support. She does have a buff, she does have a heal. So I think the buff and heal will probably be like this additional stuff to to her kit. Like, her kit is mainly gonna be control centric, and I mean, she's a fairy, so I guess she's probably gonna be a magical damage dealer. So these are all her different like moniker and affiliation. So in the AFK journey lore itself right now, we see her from the Waves of Intrigue story together with Almas. So according to the story itself, she's actually a fairy summoned by Almas. Right, so this is their affiliation, so they go hand in hand together. And for Tasi's ability right now, if she's a magical attacker and she is what I think she is, a control centric character, she will definitely have a place in at least all the game modes where the wildest control team archetype is a thing. For example, like your PvE stages or even your arena stages. So if we were to just base it off this, I personally think she won't be like that popular, at least power level wise, in Journey, because Journey has a very heavy emphasis on Dream Realm, where I think a lot of this ability is not going to do that much, right? But they could definitely do some tweaking to give her some sort of true damage in her kit, and maybe that way she could see more use in the Dream Realm side. But I highly doubt so, because the Dream Realm side is a very tight space. But it's just a speculation, because just purely looking at this, she's a unit that wants to be the CC character, like the centerpiece of CC. So obviously CC is not a thing in Dream Realm, and Dream Realm is a day-to-day freebie collection kind of game mode. So that's where I think she might suffer a little. But in general, if they do bring in her kit in a form of maybe like Slumber being the ultimate, right, and then maybe teleportation being the EX weapon skill, and then giving her some additional stuff, or even banishment as the EX weapon skill, and then Dream Spirit and teleportation as a second or third skill, then I could see her fitting into all the existing Iron teams, obviously. But the thing is, having too much control might not be a thing. And the thing is, like, Iron now is a very fast-paced character with all the control and burst. So Tasi, I feel, is going to be a little bit slow paced unless she has lowered energy in terms of her skill usage, or even built-in haste buff, or just a lot of haste on herself. Wait, well, she does have a haste buff. So this buff is able to increase the nearby ally haste, as well as obviously herself, right, I guess. So there is some haste buff. So okay, we shall see how it works, because based on what I see, I feel that she is a popular character in Arena, maybe due to how Arena plays out. I personally don't play Arena, or rather I'm not an avid player. I used to play, but not that in-depth, so I'm not going to comment too much. But maybe due to how Arena is shaped out, the ability to do massive control and just pinpoint a target to prevent them from doing anything with the banishment ability sounds really OP. It is definitely OP from a PvP kind of perspective, so therefore all the PvP and all the PvE stages where you use control to dominate, I think this unit will fit in perfectly. But right, from a day-to-day content kind of thing, bossing is also a very important part of Journey, which I think this character might be a little bit lacking, at least based on what I see. So that is just my initial impression, just initial speculation, right? Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about Tasi, whether or not you go for her, whether or not if you're an AFK Arena player, you think that this character is going to be a good character in Journey based on your own perspective. And that's it for this video. This is a mini cooking session. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like, subscribe to see more. See you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.